Most games go through 3 development stages from concept to design to production. The first stage, the concept document, however, is very important because it defines your concept of the game and acts as a tool to sell your idea to your client. Back to the industrial guidance video by Center for E-Learning and Teaching Polytechnic Malaysia. I am now with Mr. Peng Yi Wei, Director of Kurechii, and we're going to discuss about a topic on how to market your game product or ideas. Hello again, Yi Wei. Thank you for being with us again for this topic. So, your game concept document had successfully nailed the pitch. So, you completed the productions of your game and now it's time for you to sell your game product to the market. What a game developer should do first before they try to sell their game to the publisher?
So, I think a game developer should actually, before they start to sell the games to publishers, they should actually fully test it out. And there's a lot of practice, like people try to protect their games and so on. So the best way is actually rather than you spend money on copyright things or trademark it, you can actually try to actually put it out there, let people know, especially like when you go on to exhibitions or put it online, share it out for people so that people recognize that this game is done by these studios or this company. Okay. And then so on. And be careful when you deal with the publishers and so on. Some people do have some contract like NDA and so on. So there's pretty much like everyone have their different practice. So find ones that I think suits your games the most. I would say yes.
Okay, so which one come first? Market or sell your game, or you do your own initiative to promote your game so that people know about the game? Then only you go and promote and try to sell to the company or the publishers.
So this is basically everyone have their different way to market their games. So some people like to keep it secretive, and then by the time when they put it out there, the first trailer, and then people were like, whoa, they got surprised. And also there are people that are been doing it since the day one when they start to have ideas and start the productions. They already put it online, let people know, oh, our studio is making this game, and we are going to post about our developments and process every week and so on. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. So I would suggest the better way to do it is to let people know about your game as early as possible. And usually those that keep it very secretive and release it, usually those are the techniques that done by all these big company where they have a lot of wow impact. So for smaller studios, especially more studios in Malaysia in smaller size, we can try to let people know about the games as soon as possible, as long as you have something that you think can impress the audience.
I see. Okay. So while it's true that a great product even starts with a great idea, but the painful reality is that the marketplace always rewards the execution more than the ideas itself. So in this case, I think the quality must be very important for one person to develop the games, especially in terms of the screenshots, maybe the trial experience of the game. So what do you think about that?
So you can just think it as like a normal product they would buy from the supermarkets and so on. The packaging is actually pretty much very important. So a packaging for games is pretty much the screenshots, the trailer, they put it out there. So before the players even get to play your games, they're going to judge based on the things that they see. It's most likely that if you say mobile games, it would be like the app icons or like the screenshot that you display over there. So you need to attract them before they play your games. And before even they get to play your games, the quality is very important. Something like you need to make sure that your games can run properly without crashings. You should be able to get into games and start playing it, because no matter how good is your ideas, if they can't get into playing, then they will have the problem. So make sure that you have a proper way for them to download it without any problems, and introduce and attracts the users to download your games with the screenshots and all that. Yeah.
That means that execution is more important than the idea itself.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think of the importance of the networking when doing the marketing?
So networking during the marketing and business is usually when you do games, it's actually more than just the way that you can make revenue is more than just selling it. So there's way you can license it, or you can do collaborations and so on. And these come in handy when you have a lot of networking. you know a lot of people. So because these are all the people who enable all this. And if you have keep up the relationship with all the medias, they most likely will help you to talk about your games and all that. And that definitely helps you to have more people to know about your games.
I see. Okay. And how's about the cross promote of the game and a collaboration maybe with a well-known celebrities? For example, when we see the games like a FIFA games, okay, they collaborate with all the footballers, and maybe in some other games they collaborate with the music. So, what are the advantage of being able to have a cross promote?
Okay. Just put it this way. So imagine like we are the small studio in Malaysia. So we make this game, we put it out there. So people might not have the confidence or might not be even interest in the games that we are working on. So they never heard of us and they don't know what game is that. But imagine we put someone popular in there and then or some music that they heard before. So they will actually get attracted. So basically they have confidence in the celebrities and therefore they try out your game. So basically all this collaboration give the users, all the players have more reason to try out this game. And the most important still after that is still the games, because like after they try, if the game is good, then they will continue.
That's only the first step of promoting
they will
the game.
break through the barrier like, to take the action to get the games.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you convince the publisher? I mean, should you promote yourself or should you promote your game first? So which one should be the priority?
Okay, so if you are first time doing it, your game should be a priority. If you have a solid team, team should be a priority, because like you can actually go and pitch for making games without talking much about the ideas, because like what makes a game good pretty much is the talent itself, because in a long time, like you say, you need a loyal, like we have discussed, you need a loyal kind of team members to constantly pulling up contents. So it's a talent that makes the game great. So ideas itself could be very risky. No one can tell like this game going to be fun, but the talent would, if you trust the talent would do their best to make it fun. So, but if you are just like you don't have any portfolio before, so it's very hard for you to sell your team because like you have no portfolio. But so therefore you focus on your games with a lot of quality contents. But if you have a good team, sell your team more.
I see. Okay. No doubt game developers are talented, creative and passionate, but mostly they are not a marketing people, so they are hopeless in selling their own product. So what are your advice to them?
I would say like you can try several ways. So one would be like you just work with your publishers. So if you work with publishers, they will pretty much help you to cover up the marketing side. So you can pretty much just support them and observe how they do it. And then when you know and you have confidence how to do it, then you just basically repeat what they are doing, because like after all, marketing is just a process, like a continuous process. And another way would be like how to say that is the cheating way, which means you just have to make sure your game is so good that people want it. So no matter where you put it, you'll catch people's attention. But that is actually very, very hard. But there's also another way where you don't have to bother so much about marketing, just to make sure your game is good. And something like you put it up to the store, they think that this game could be able to sell, they will help you to feature it and help you to promote it. Yes.
Okay. So, but how do you determine whether the game is very good and can attract more people to download and play it?
I mean, like if you play the games a lot of times, right? Sometimes you just look at the games, by looking at a visual, you can tell this game is going to be fun. But of course, you have to play it first. It's pretty much very hard to judge, because like everyone have their own preference when you can't play games, but the quality itself. So before we get into ideas, we look at the visuals, the performance and all that. If all that's are up to the quality, so that game should be able to sell okay. And if the idea is a good one, it will become a hit game then.
Okay, if let's say the publisher are very interested to buy the game, but with certain conditions, like maybe in terms of the payment, they will wait for the certain subscription to be hit or certain amount. So what should the game developer do? Whether are they going to, are they supposed to just accept the offer, or is there anything that maybe you can advise based on your experience?
I would say you just have to have confidence in your game. So if you know your game is good and the publisher wants it, so just hold your ground. You just tell whatever terms that you are comfortable with. So most likely, if you put it in our way, is the publisher that needs the game more than you need him, because there are people who are looking for games. It's not easy for them to look for a good game too. So if they really want your games, actually there's a lot of things that, as long as they are reasonable, you'll be able to get the terms right. So try to not think in a way that, oh, I need the publishers web badly, so whatever they offer, you have to agree with it. So just go with the terms that you're comfortable with, yes.
Okay, so that's all for now from Yiwei and us at the Industrial Guidance video. So I hope your informations and the knowledge sharing will benefit to all the students and also the newcomers out there. So thank you again, Yiwei. All the best to all the game developers and inventors. That's all for now from the Industrial Guidance video by Center for E-Learning and Teaching, Polytechnic Malaysia. Goodbye.